We have Malcolm back up. He is at the
because it looks crazy.
Emergency Operations Center now. Malcolm?
Yeah, so Jane, we wanted to file just one more report, if we could, before we make our way over to the Lee County EOC. We are at the racetrack that sits on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. It is just west of Interstate 75, north and south. You see it right there, and that shot in itself should show you how strong the wind is beginning to blow out here. And you see all of the rain that is falling from the roof of this racetrack gas station. And just looking out at the interstate, if you look under some of the street lights there, you can see just that mist that is coming across. In so many different ways visually here, we're able to really show you guys how hard the rain is falling. I mean, just this shot right here, Juan, if you see just how far and how quickly it is coming down right here. Now, luckily, we are protected under the roof of this gas station, obviously, which doesn't have gas. This has been a progressive story throughout the week. We have seen it all over the county of Lee, Collier, Charlotte, Hendry Glades, and throughout the state for that matter. No gas anywhere here, but really we don't need to see anybody driving in these conditions. We were just out on MLK Jr. Boulevard, and as I've stated throughout the day, there was nobody out there on that road except one Fort Myers police officer that we saw driving southbound on MLK. So this is a story that is really playing out in front of our eyes in terms of the weather conditions. You just hope that people were able to get into the shelters that they needed to and weren't caught flat-footed with this thing, because it didn't look like it was going to hit us. And then next thing you know, it started to continue tracking west, which is why the manager of Lee County yesterday stated we've got about 22,000 people inside of our shelters, 14 throughout Lee County that have been set up for people. Germain Arena, one of the largest, that one filled up to capacity last night around 8 o'clock. They couldn't allow any more people inside. Now, so many of those people have been bringing pets. They said we've seen more than 1,500 people brought into our shelters when it comes to the pets, or pets, I should say, not people. But they still do have the lights on inside of the racetrack. That's pretty interesting, because we do know, or we do expect at least, that power could potentially go out depending on where you're located. So, Chris and Jane, this is definitely starting to pick up here. We felt comfortable filing this report because of the fact that we were covered and protected by this roof here. After this, we're going to take it back down to the Lee County EOC, which is just a mile down Ortiz Avenue in that direction. So we will be good, we will be safe, but we wanted to show you guys, if we could, in another location outside of Lee County EOC, what we're seeing, and we thought this was a good spot to do so.
It was a good spot, Malcolm. Thank you very much. I have a couple quick questions for you. One, that racetrack, you know, I've been around Southwest Florida driving into work and everything, and I've seen boards on almost every window of every gas station or other building. I can't believe they don't have those windows boarded up.
It's incredible, Chris, right? Because these people had to heed the warnings. They've been out there all week. The governor has been as adamant about this as we've seen him in some time. And that's per the Lee County manager, Roger Desjardins, as well. They say the conduct that he's had during this has been so intense that everyone should have been listening to the warnings that they've been putting out for people. This gas station, as he said, leaving their place exposed. Racetrack is all over Southwest Florida, and this place is going to leave their windows exposed to God knows what. Now, the good thing here, Chris, is that it doesn't look like there are any items, no projectiles that could just launch into that window there and smash anything. But you hope that it's intact at the other side of the storm, because I don't know if anyone out there watching right now has been at this racetrack on MLK 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. All the businessmen that got somewhere to go, that use I-75 as an artery to get to their location for work, your landscapers, your roofers, guys like that, they come here before they go off to work. And so, we do have one car. My cameraman Juan just pointed it out. Lord knows what they are doing here at this time. And it looks like an elderly gentleman that's pulling into the gas station. We're going to check out his story and make sure he's got a place to go on the other end of this thing, because people need to start making their plan. They already should have been making their plan. Yes, ma'am. This place is closed.
Huh?
This place is closed.
Oh, it is? Oh!
Yeah. Miss, what's your plan?
asked the wrong person, right? Out of all people, Fox, huh?
Well,
how are you? I watch you all the time.
Yeah, well, we
like
appreciate that.
I like you. But I don't want to come on camera.
That's okay. But you should probably go
home.
to home, wherever home is.
I'll be honest with you. If you want to put it, I get such a headache.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot to buy coffee, and I said, I'm going to try at least the two closest. And normally, I don't
Miss,
make
you're not going to
coffee.
find a place that has coffee right now.
I know, but I'm close from here, from home. I said, let me go and try it.
You need to go home. It's time to go home. Coffee can wait.
Don't put me. Oh, but I get such a headache.
I understand.
Oh, please don't put
Tylenol,
me on TV.
Advil.
Oh, no, I can't take them. I'm allergic to them. But I don't live too far. I just live around the corner.
Okay, well, Publix opens on Monday. That's what they say. You too.
Bye-bye.
Coffee. Coffee, Chris and Jane. As if there's not a hurricane on the way. We're going to send it back to you guys.
Very interesting.
Hey, Malcolm,
Some people need their caffeine.
I am curious seeing her pull up and in.
Yeah.
I know there's some wind out there. Obviously, we're not experiencing the heavy winds there in Fort Myers right now. How are driving conditions?
They're bearable because, we get these strong storms on a regular basis. So people have become accustomed to driving through inclement weather and bad weather out here. But it's still something, and Danny's talked about it, these outer bands, they'll just come through. And so we don't really know when exactly they are going to hit, at least us out here in the field, because we haven't been listening the entire time to the weather. We've been trying to situate ourselves for these live shots. So we're not completely certain as to how quickly this thing can spark up, and these conditions can go from drivable, like they are right now, to a situation where they're undrivable.
How much time do they have from drivable to undrivable? About an hour and a half,
90 minutes
maybe,
or so.
before it becomes unbearable and drivable, Malcolm. But glad you have your safety plan. You're going to hunker down at the Lee County Emergency Operations Center, and you can grab your coffee there. I like what you told that woman. You got to go home.
We do water, Jane. You know I don't drink water. We sit right next to each other.
That's right.
No coffee for Malcolm. All right, Malcolm. Well, we'll see you in a little bit once you get
No
to
coffee
EOC.
for me.